This is Martha. It's her first day of school, and she can't wait to see her friend Fred after a long summer. Today is the start of an exciting journey. On the way to school, Martha's feeling a little bit nervous, but she can't wait to tell Fred all about the secret she's been keeping all summer. Finally, the wait is over. Martha and Fred meet and talk about all the fun things they did over the summer break. Martha tells Fred she went to the beach, and Fred tells her he played with lots of video games. They are both so excited to start the first day of school. Martha tells Fred, "Hey, guess what? I'm excited for today. I have been keeping a secret all summer." Fred says, "What's the secret?" "Mrs. Smith is bringing a new toy for us to play during recess, and I'm so excited," says Martha. Fred is so excited about the new toy and asks Martha, "What kind of toy do you think it could be?" Fred starts imagining what it could be. He says, I hope it's a toy truck," he says excitedly. Martha shakes her head and says jokingly, "No, not a truck. I hope it's a kite." Fred thinks to himself, no matter if it's a toy, truck, or a kite, he's just excited to play with Martha at recess.
They both head inside to the classroom, ready to do their work as they patiently wait for recess. Miss Smith exclaimed to the class that it was time for recess. They all lined up, excited to go outside and play. Fred made it outside and started playing with his new toy. Martha wasn't outside yet because she had to go to the bathroom. Martha got out and searched the whole playground to find Fred. She was so excited to play with Fred and his new toy. Martha finds Fred after searching the entire playground. She is so excited. Martha follows Fred around and watches him playing with the toy, patiently waiting for him to say she can have a turn. Martha tells Fred that she wants to play with his toy, but Fred said that it's his toy and he doesn't want to share. Martha gets really upset because Fred wouldn't share, so she decides that it would be a good idea to just grab the toy out of Fred's hand so that she could have a turn.
Fred ran up to Mrs. Smith crying, and he said, "Miss Smith, Martha took my toy," he said. Mrs. Smith looked at him. "I see, Fred. Let's talk to Martha." She turned to Martha and said, "Martha, it's important to share." Mrs. Smith took the toy from Martha. "I'm going to hold on to this for now. Go to recess and I'll talk to you both in a little bit." Fred and Martha were at recess when Mrs. Smith called Fred and Martha to come inside. Mrs. Smith stated, "Students, your recess time is almost over. Just 5 more minutes. Fred and Martha, please come inside and sit at your desks." Mrs. Smith said, "Martha, can I talk to you?" Fred walked away to get a snack. Mrs. Smith said, "Martha, it's important to use your words. When we talk to our friends, we should listen to them." Martha said, "So if I want something, I should ask nicely?" Mrs. Smith smiled at Fred and said, "Fred, I just talked to Martha, and now I need to talk to you." Fred stopped eating his snacks and ran over to Mrs. Smith. "Using your words is very important," Mrs. Smith explained. "When you talk to others, it's important to be kind and understanding." Fred asked Mrs. Smith a question. Fred stated, "Like asking Martha if I can play?" Mrs. Smith said, "Exactly." Mrs. Smith asked Fred and Martha to come here. Mrs. Smith stated, "When we talk to each other, we need to be nice with what we're saying." Mrs. Smith explained, "If you want to play a game, you need to use your words." Fred said, "So if I want to play with Martha, I should just ask her?" "Exactly," Mrs. Smith said. He smiled and asked Martha, "Can I share a toy with you?" Martha looked up and said, "Yes, we both can play with the toy." Fred and Martha were happy when they agreed to take turns playing with Martha's toy. Fred played for a little bit with the toy, and then Martha was able to have her own turn. They were playing together, laughing together, and it was all fun at the end of the day. They both understood that playing together and sharing a toy was enjoyable after all. The end.